Hey everyone, how's it going today?
We have a special guest for everybody today. We have Darion from magnificent Germany. I'm excited. But hey Dave, how are you today? Blaine said he's going to be listening in. He's not sure if he's going to be able to fully be here, but it's okay. We understand. We're going to go ahead and add Darion in here. Hey, Darion.
How's it going, Darion?
Can you hear us? Darion.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I didn't hear a thing.
We saw you eating all that food.
Oh my goodness. Got out the popcorn. I apologize. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. It's a rainy day, but it's a good day. How's the weather where you're at?
Really don't know. I haven't been outside.
Oh, yeah?
I went and got a shower and then just jumped on here.
Oh, cool.
So, are you excited about today?
I am. I was looking forward to this. I appreciate the invite for sure.
I really enjoyed talking to you, and John John and I wanted to know more about Germany and about the traveling over there.
Sure.
Hey John, welcome in. Hey Gary. I'm not feeling the greatest, Gary, but I'm hanging in there, and I think I gave it to Jonathan. I think Jonathan's got my sickness. And it's definitely not COVID, buddy. No one in this house has COVID. We've been tested, and it all came back. So that's a blessing.
Oh, that's great.
But all right. Why did you want to start your channel about Germany?
Well, it goes back a long ways. I love first of all, I'll get it straight for everybody. I'm a proud American. I served in the United States Army, and I love my time in the military. I was there as a kid in Germany because my dad was in the military, and then when I went in the military, I went to Germany and loved it. And long story short, I'm gonna cut it short because it could be long. I went back to Germany for the first time after 19 years of not being there. And since I went back, I've been back 19 times. That was in 2008. So it would have been 20 times last year, but of course, COVID messed up everything. And anyways, to answer that question, before that, I was like, you know what? I want to share my trips to Germany. I want to help people travel to Germany by, giving advice, setting up itineraries. I love sitting down with people, setting up itineraries. And I want to do it where not to replace anybody or anything. This is just a personal, I do it as a friend. I offer my services as I would do a friend. Because number one, I don't charge anything whatsoever. I love to help people. And so I started thinking, wow, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel. And I sort of toyed around for a little bit. And then I was like, nah, whatever, everything. And I just I put like little things out like on like the Facebook groups. Hey, if you ever want to go to Germany, let me know. And I'll set you up with our itinerary. And then someone said something to me, says, hey, you ought to start a YouTube channel. And this is after me thinking about it. So you know what? I might do that. So in February 2019, I said to myself, I'm going to start me a YouTube channel. And I did. Back in February 2019. And here it is, January, almost February, just a couple days away, almost 2 years now. I'm still doing it, and I love to help people. So, in short, I love to help people. I love to share my experiences with folks, and just tell them how easy it is to travel, especially to Germany.
And you said it wasn't expensive. You said it's very relatively cheap and easy to be able to afford to go there?
Yeah.
About how much was it again?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, where you're going. You know what what your itinerary is going to be. But it is cheaper than like hiring a travel agent. They now again now to start that off, travel agents are great. They're wonderful. But some folks can't afford the $6,000 per person or whatever, however much it costs to go. You know, there's some for 6,000. I saw one the other day for 9,000. That blew my mind. And I've seen some for 3,000. You know, and I was like, wow, it's so easy to do. You could do it yourself. You know, if you just do your research and find out a little bit more about it, or contact me. I'll be glad to sit down with you and everything and talk more about it. So I like, again, when I say help people travel, I want to help people who think that they can't do it because of all the expense. Because first thing they do, they look and they see all these prices. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to pay that. You know, especially a family of 4 or 5, and look at your family, 6. You know, that would be
6.
That would be expensive. You know, so oh, there you go, Gary. I agree. Oh, the Rouladen. Oh, ich liebe Rouladen und Schweinehaxe. Ah, yes. That's good food and the best ice cream in the world called spaghetti ice. But if I can help somebody, you know, that they couldn't think that they could afford it, you know, that's where I come in. And again, that's not knocking at any travel agents out there. I mean, they do a wonderful job. I'm not saying that, but you know, I'm just another option. So if somebody wants to contact me, and again, I'll sit down with them. And the best part about it is I do it for free. You know, I don't charge anything. No, the only charge I have is a smile and a phone call or an email. Darren, I had a good time. Thanks for the itinerary. Boom. I'm a happy man because I do this as a hobby.
Which other foods do you recommend us to try while we're there?
Ooh, now as I was saying to Gary, vielen Dank, Gary. I was just telling Gary what I liked in German. The Schweinehaxe is like a pork, like a hard gristle pork, and which is like a big pork roast, but it's a hard gristle. Oh, once you try that, oh my, Jonathan, you would slap yourself in the face one bite. Both of y'all would. But you got that, and you got your Rouladen. It's like roast beef wrapped around. Oh, it's beautiful. And there's all kinds of, and there's more than that. There's all kinds of food, all kinds of bratwurst. Yeah, there's over 1,500 bratwurst, 1,500 sausages over there, different sausages that you could have. Everywhere you go in Germany, you can find a bratwurst stand. I don't care where you're at, especially train stations. There's bratwurst stands everywhere. But there were over 1,500 wurst, and it's so good. I have never had a bad meal in Germany. I will say that.
Okay.
And speaking of an airplane just flew by, really low. Excuse me. I am going to try a certain delicacy for Germans over there on my next trip, and it's called Met. Met is now. For years, I've been trying. I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to do it, but I can never get the gumption up to do it because I just can't do it. And I'll tell you what it is. It's raw pork. You go to the deli while it's fresh, a German bakery, deli, and you ask for Met, and they'll fix it up for you, salt and pepper, onions, all that stuff in it, and you eat this raw pork. It's like a ground pork. And I came that close that time. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I promised my friend Matthias, my German friend in Germany, I told him, I said, next time I'm going to try it. But again, there's not a food I have not liked. So many.
I'd try it.
I don't think I would try that, but I think John would try it. I
mean, I've already had beef tartare and tuna tartare. So.
Stop. My stomach can't handle it right now.
But see, Sean, I'm the same way. Now I haven't tried it yet because I've had it in front of my face probably 5 times, and I was sitting right there. I'm like, no, thank you, not this guy. I'm not going to do that. And then, Rouladen special for dinner tonight. As a matter of fact, oh my goodness, wow, Gary, that's awesome. Rouladen and specials. It's like a macaroni and cheese, like a noodle, German noodle. Oh. Jonathan, you Trust me, you would love this. And Garrett, what is your address? I'll be right over there, especially Rolladen.
Do most of the Germans speak English over there where you're having most of your travelers stay, or do we need to learn a little bit of German to get through?
Well, the good thing about it is most Germans do speak English. The reason why it's a requirement in school, at least through kindergarten through I think 5th grade. I believe it extends longer than that. However, not everybody speaks it fluently, but a lot. You'd be surprised how many people do. But there are, trust me, there's a bunch of there who does not. You get around the cities where a bunch of, you mentioned travelers. Now, where the tourist goes, yes, you'll see a lot of that because there's a lot of tourism stuff. And but you get to the small countries, small villages out there, not so much. You might find some, but here's a kicker. When you go to Germany, and I encourage everybody that I take on groups to Germany and people that never been in Germany, I would say, look, learn some phrases of the German language. It could be little stuff, okay, but just learn some. And most of the time, if they see you attempting to trying, they think that's awesome, and they would they'll bend over backwards to help you. Now, if you get over there with an attitude of I don't speak that stuff, well, you know what, they're going to pick that up, and you'll be shunned basically.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah, not really shunned, but they don't really want to help you if you they can tell if you don't want to speak their language or even try. But if they see you trying, they'll bend over backwards. I mean, it's just great.
So you said you were in the Army and you were stationed over in Germany, right?
Oh, I was.
And how old were you when you were stationed over there?
When I was stationed there, I just turned 19. Just turned 19. So I went all over the place.
How long did they have you stationed over there for?
Let's see, I was stationed over there. I had 4 years over there, but I got hurt, so I had to leave early. So I got a total of 6 years, including when I was there as a kid. So yeah, a total of 6 years altogether. So I spent two and a half. Then I got hurt. I broke my back in Germany. I was paralyzed, and it was awful. But I'm not paralyzed no more. So there's pain every day, but I'm not paralyzed. So I'll take the pain all day long. I'm not paralyzed. Thank God for that.
Yes. Rachel wants you to tell us about spaghetti ice.
Oh, spaghetti ice. Okay. And Gary, wo ist die Toiletten bitte? Und ich wollte eine Gläser ohne Bier bitte, ja? I was going with Gary here too. Rachel, spaghetti ice. Now, Rachel knows about spaghetti ice. Have you heard of the spaghetti ice story? Or the spaghetti ice?
I haven't.
You haven't? Oh. You have your seatbelts on? Put your seatbelts on. There you go. All right. Spaghetti ice.
It's
ice
on.
cream in Germany. It was really tailored towards the Kinder, the kids, but I see many adults eating it, including this guy. What it is, everything's fresh over there. There's no preservatives in anything whatsoever. You have vanilla ice cream. Okay. You have, first of all, you get fresh cream straight from the cow. Okay. And the whipped cream. So you got it on a nice, fresh, cold plate or bowl, whatever you want. Then you get your vanilla ice cream, and then you put it in a strainer. When you strain it, it comes out looking like spaghetti. Okay, that's your spaghetti. This is on top of the whipped cream. Okay, now all this is fresh. Can you say fresh?
Fresh.
Fresh. One more time. Can you say fresh?
Fresh.
Fresh. You got all this fresh items on there. Then you get your fresh strawberries. Okay. You squish our strawberries, get all like a liquid, and you put your strawberries on your ice cream, which is spaghetti. Well, you need cheese, right? You need Parmesan cheese on your spaghetti. What are we going to use? Are we going to use real cheese? No, we're going to use white chocolate. Weiss Chocolate. Okay, you're gonna get that, and you're gonna cut it up, and that's your cheese. We're like, you know what? I need some garlic toast with my spaghetti eyes. So you're gonna take a waffle. A waffle. You can take a waffle. No, take a wafer. Either a chocolate wafer on both sides, or one vanilla on one side, one chocolate on the other side, and you stick it in, and voila, you got your spaghetti eyes. And there is a taste difference over there, okay, because of the no preservatives. Here it tastes great. I make it here, at the house. I had it here in the States before. It tastes great. It tastes wonderful. But you can't even touch the German ice cream. It is a different taste. Ooh, Gary, what you do?
Hey, midlife, welcome in.
Hey,
that
midlife.
actually sounds kind of interesting. The way that you explained it was kind of cool. I might have to try it, even though it kind of makes me scared coming fresh from a cow.
Well, that's just my little adding into to make it sound appetizing. It is appetizing.
I'm a little bit.
For that.
I'm a little bit skittish.
Oh it's that's just me explaining it. What I'm trying to elaborate on is fresh. There's no preservatives. It's not been sitting around for months. It's fresh. You won't be mooing. Don't worry.
Okay. How much German language do you know?
I know enough to get around. Could get me in trouble sometimes. No, I know enough to get around. I could definitely travel. I could definitely eat. I could order from the Speisekarte, the menu. I could pick up conversational German. I could be sitting there. Now I'm not fluent at all. But my goal is to be fluent because I love the language. It's a beautiful language, and but I'm not there yet. But I could pick out conversations. Like I'd be talking, or so I'd be around my German friends. They're all talking German. I could pick out what they're saying, and then jump in the conversation. Now sometimes I'm like, excuse me, what'd you say? But I ask my German friends, to speak German to me so I can learn more. Now sometimes, okay, I need a break. Okay, let's speak English again. Okay, let's try it again. But I can definitely get around for sure.
Okay. Hey, Eric, welcome in.
I thought I heard you saying that you were trying to learn German.
Yes, I am. I watch YouTube German YouTubers all the time. I watch them. I watch. There's different teachers out there. They'll do it. As a matter of fact, they do it out of the kindness of their heart too. They're teaching German, and it's just wonderful. And where I have a hard time, German's, you have the verbs and you have the adverbs, you have the feminine and the masculine, and also it's like the d, the der, and you got to pick that stuff out. But I believe if I'm over there, say if I live there again, say even just for 1 year, I could pick up like nothing. When I'm in Germany on my 2 weeks at a time or whatever time I have, I pick up so much German. In fact, I start talking German, not even thinking about how to say it. I just come out and say it. It's weird. And then when I get back to the States, I got to reprogram myself because I could be in a store and I'll be at the cash register and I say, well, Dankeschön, speaking German, say thank you very much, and oh wait a minute, okay, no, thanks a lot. It's kind of weird but fun.
How long did you live over there when you did live over there?
Total 6 years. 6 years of my time over there. Yeah,
Okay.
4 years as a kid, and 2.5, of the military. 2.5 of my 4, actually, because
I'm taking notes.
All right.
If you're wondering why I keep looking down.
Yeah.
John wants to know what made you fall in love with Germany.
Well, I was there. I was there as a kid, and I was there from 6, 7, 8, 9, and almost turned 10. No, in fact, maybe I was there a little bit more than 4 years. But I remember just my parents, we always traveled, you know, and weekends we're always somewhere. Especially you know, if my dad had a Friday off, like a Friday and Saturday, we would be somewhere all over Germany, different parts of Germany. I guess is where I get my travel itch from. Hop on trains, going different places, just being there. And after all that time of being away, like growing up as a teenager, everything, wow, I really miss Germany. And when I went in the military, I went to basic training in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and we had I think what you call a dream sheet. Okay, that's where you go exactly what it is. It's not guarantee anything. Where would you like to be stationed? And they tell you, whatever you write down, you're not going to get. You know, they'll tell you that. So in all three spots, I put Germany, Germany, Germany. So I was like Germany, Germany, Germany. And when it got time to be assigned, I'm sitting there looking at the staff sergeant there, drill sergeant, and he said, I get up there and he goes, well, you're slated to go to Korea. I'm like, Korea? I was okay, everything, and he goes, that's when he noticed the paper. He goes, Germany, Germany, Germany. What's in Germany? I went, spaghetti ice is in Germany. And he's like, what'd you say? And he was like, did you just say spaghetti ice? Because he's been stationed in Germany too many times. I know exactly what it is. And he goes, he goes, you're going to Germany. He goes, extend that line. I'm like, do what? So I was supposed to go to Korea, but I ended up in Germany because of that. That was wonderful. But and when I got there, I reminisced of what I did as a kid, because when my mom was working and my dad was off, he and I would be on a train somewhere. It's real easy to travel over there. And I just remember the adventure over there. Just be on the different regions of smaller. Yes, it is, Gary. Yeah, there's so many regions there that's close by, but they're different. You could be in one town, and then you go to the next town. Maybe not the next town, but an hour away. You're still in Germany or Bavaria or whatever part you're in, but it's a different feel, different culture. Each town, each region has its own cultures, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And the people, the German people, makes it even more beautiful. You know, they're very welcoming. You know, and it's make you feel at home. It's just neat. It's just I'm hooked. I was born in Hawaii. Okay, I was born in Hawaii because my dad was in the military. You know, stationed over there. All my folks from Florida. All my folks are from Florida. You know, they've been there since the 1800s. Well, my dad again was in the military, and I was. That's where I came out. I was born in Hawaii, and I keep people say you ought to go to Hawaii where you're born. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. One of these days, I got to go to Hawaii. But when it comes down to it, I'm like, I got to get back to Germany. I'm ready to get back to Germany. Now, one of these days, I'm gonna have to go to. I'm gonna do it. But I just prefer. I love being in Germany. It's hard to explain. You know, you spend so much time there, and you just fall in love with it, and it's just wonderful.
Welcome in, Dwight and Heather and Nautical Nurse Nancy. How are you doing today? I'm glad you're home early from work. That's exciting. My mom was born in Hawaii also. My granddaddy was in the Navy.
Oh, nice.
She was born in Honolulu. I don't know if I said that right or not,
too.
but I really am excited about Germany. I think that we are going to try to go there, depending on how much we save up to see if we can get the whole family to go. Would be great. Hey, Anthony. But what?
And we can RV.
And we can RV. I didn't know what you said. But I am going to start watching some German videos on YouTube. I wrote that down.
Okay.
Learn some phrases.
I'll send us some too.
That's great. I would love that. And then you've lived there a while, so you've picked up on some of their traditions. So what are some of their traditions that would be interesting to all of us?
Wow. Okay. I love. Oh, they have so many. They have so many. Now I like how they celebrate Advent on before Christmas. You know, yeah. Some people here do it too, but that's really neat. that they're serious about it. They do it. Not everybody, just like here, But I say that's one of them. Another one, you have different seasons of the year, like in Garmisch. Miss Army, if you're here in the chat, I forgot the name of it. It's when the cows come down in the wintertime. They bring it down and they dress up all the cows and like bells and scarves and all this beautiful stuff. And they march the cows. They drive them right through the town of Garmisch. Garmisch is just beautiful. Everyone's there, and, then you have your in a festive way. You have what you call brain freeze. Fashing. That's usually around February-ish. It's where it's like our Halloween, but everybody's dressed up in town in February. They're not really into the scary stuff, except for Christmas when they got the Christmas dude that walks around. But it's called fashing. It's pretty neat. They go down to the towns and go hello, and it's pretty neat. Here's viewing. Yes, that's very true, Nancy. Very, very true.
I thank you, everybody. These are actually our shirts now that we have for sale in TeePublic. I like TeePublic. It's this is a man's shirt. I feel more comfortable in men's clothes. I know it sounds weird, but do you let people know what's going on whenever you book them to go to Germany? Say, hey, this is what their traditions are at this time of year. So give them some heads up so they can kind of plan for that.
Absolutely. Depends on where they want to go. Like Nancy, like the Black Forest. Yes, I love the Black Forest. Oh, it's beautiful. I got the Triberg Falls right there. In fact, I have a couple of videos on Triberg Fall back a little bit. It was September 2019, I think, last time I was there. But yes, I love Black Forest. Yeah, say if I know the Black Forest, they have the something festival. So I'll make sure to whatever that festival is. I'll make sure that to direct them there. And now my favorite is I pretty much if say, well, I love all this, Darren, but I don't want to go. I may just say, well, you know what? I'll go with you. I'll show you around myself. And that's just how I work. But say if you're going, say Oktoberfest, okay? There's a lot more to Oktoberfest than what you think. People think it's just beer. It's a lot more to that. They got food like a yeah. They got plenty of beer. They got food everywhere. It's like a big carnival. Not even close to a carnival, but the whole they got. It's hard to explain. But I'll tell them where to go, what tents to go to, the best times to go to the tents. Same with castles. These are real castles. It's not man-made. Well, it's man-made, but it's the real castle, not the fake castle. And so I send them to excellent spots. I'll give them explanation of everything. I will never send anybody. Number one, I'll never send anybody into someplace that's cold or cold, meaning, oh, I don't know very much about it, and just go there. If I direct you there, I have been there. I've tested the waters. I've in other words, I'm not going to send you somewhere where I haven't been, or because that wouldn't be right.
And you're going to be with us, correct?
He said he might.
No. He has to be with us.
And well, hey, yeah, talk to me. Yes, we'll definitely talk about that for sure. I would love that.
I'm nervous about going overseas because I've heard of all these horror stories about how you get lost and how you are mistreated. And John knew Natalie Holloway when she went.
I didn't know her.
You knew of her. She was from your hometown.
In the area, yeah.
Brookside. Right? That's what you told me?
Homewood, I think it was. It was close.
Brookside. But anyway, I'm a little bit nervous about going overseas and like getting out there and then something happen. I mean, so I'm kind of wanting someone that knows the area to be with us. That's why I'm like, he needs to go with us if we go. I know it sounds kind of weird, but
no, actually, I would love that. we're in fact I take groups too. In September I have a group of that I'm taking, and this is a group of 9, but it might be trimmed down to 7. I think it's going to be a group of 7, and we got our itinerary all set up. We got our plane tickets already purchased. We have hotels. Everything's ready to go. We're just waiting for the time and date to go there. And I set up groups that way. I set up individual groups. Just to make it easy.
Okay.
Oh yes, and Nancy, yes, all along the Rhine is beautiful. Absolutely, Nancy. Original. Where at in Germany did you go to, Nancy? I'm sorry, Shauna.
No, I was going to ask her the same question.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Nancy, did you want to come up and talk to Darion? And Gary, did you want to come up and talk to Darion?
Yes, they do, Nancy. Absolutely. I enjoy Nancy's lives. I watch her lives, and I've been watching a lot of her videos she's been putting up and everything last few months. That'd be pretty cool to meet them in person as well. And Gary? Sorry,
I keep coughing. I'm trying not to cough. What are your top 5 favorite spots in Germany?
Ooh. You said top 50, right?
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay, top 5. There's so many places that are my top. Well, not in any order whatsoever. It's not in any order, but I'll give you 5. Five my places to go that I love to visit and spend time at. One is Schweinfurt, Germany. Okay. Now the cool thing about Germany and period in there, everything is a car ride away or a bus ride or a train ride. I love public transportation over there, but also rent vehicles too. In fact, most of the time I do. So a lot of times I do both. I rent the vehicle and do the train at the same time. But it's Schweinfurt, Germany. I lived there for 2.5 years. And Schweinfurt is a beautiful town in Upper Bavaria in the Franconian region, and tons of history there. Tons of history, about 50 million things is running in my head. That's one spot. Also, a place called Bamberg. Bamberg is right down the road, only maybe 30-minute drive from Schweinfurt. You still got all the old buildings, and of course Schweinfurt does too. But Schweinfurt was heavily bombed too, but that's another story. Bamberg is just running. I love spending time there. I love spending time in Nuremberg. Nuremberg's a great city. Nuremberg is where they have, well, every town has Christmas markets, even Schweinfurt and Bamberg. But Nuremberg, Germany was the very first place where they had the Christmas markets way back when. And that was my very first Christmas market when I was a kid. I was 8 years old, and my mom had to work that Saturday. So Dad and I, because we lived in Gießen, Germany, we took a train from there to Nuremberg, and and I'll never forget that. My dad's gone now, but that's a great memory that I have. And we got off the train, and all the smells of all the gingerbread everywhere, all this fresh baked goods. I mean, it's just great. All the sausages, anything that you want. I mean, the whole town's Christmas, and it's just wonderful. How many is that? Is that 3? Okay. Next is Garmisch. Okay. Now Garmisch, that's my home base when I go down, especially lower Bavaria. Garmisch is beautiful. Garmisch, that's where the highest peak in Germany's located. It's called the Zugspitze, aka the top of Germany, and they call it that because you go up there on top of this mountain called the Zugspitze, and you can see 4 different countries from one spot. You'll see the Alps, the tops of the Alps. Sorry, popcorn. They got you look there. Oh wow, there's a Swiss Alps. Oh, there's Italian Alps. There's an Austrian Alps. Yeah, there's a French Alps right there. And just turning around. Oh wow. And then you walk a couple hundred feet, you can walk right into Austria on top of this mountain. I mean, it's awesome. And believe it or not, the Zugspitze, they have the best bratwurst in town. Up there, they sell the bratwurst up there. And then finally, last but not least, and many more, trust me, you only said 5, is Oberammergau. Oberammergau is a nice, quaint town right there in Bavaria. Picturesque, all the paintings on the walls, and it's just really so much history there. That's where the vow took place, but in the 1634 pandemic, like our pandemic now. People were over Emergal. There you go, Gary. That's exactly what I'm talking about. People were diving. People were dying everywhere because of this pandemic, the plague that's going around. And long story short, the mayor of the city called everybody there, and they prayed, and they said, "Lord, please, we'll remember you. We'll tell everybody about your life, death, resurrection, and everything. And every 10 years, spare us." Well, from that point on, nobody died. People in town surrounded, they're dropping like flies, but no one else died in Overemmergau. And to this day, every 10 years, with some interruptions to include our, COVID and World War II, every 10 years they do this play. And the people that are in the play, they're, "Hey, Nancy."
"Hi, Darion."
"How's it go?" "Wow, I watch you all the time."
"Hey, good to see you."
Likewise. And we it's the descendants from these original people from 1634. And I was supposed to go this year, well, in 2020, but now in 2022, darn, I have to go back to Germany again. Hopefully I get to see the play in 2022. So that's gonna be real nice. Oh, very good, Eric. Good stuff. I'll show you around.
Oktoberfest in Munich.
Awesome stuff. So your husband with you, Nancy?
Yes, he's over. He's setting up some cameras in our house, so we decided to up our security system.
Oh, there you go.
So
Well, I enjoy watching y'all and
getting more
everything. And,
So,
everything. So it's a lot of fun. In other words, I'm a fan.
so you are the pro on Germany.
Well, I could get around.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you fluent?
Excuse me?
Are you fluent in German then too?
I'm not fluent. I wish I could say that I am, but I could definitely get around. I spent 6 years of my life there in Germany.
Nice.
I could definitely get around. I could definitely order food, travel, pick up conversational German. Like when I'm over there, when I'm there for a couple weeks, whatever, things start coming out where I didn't even know I do that. I'm talking to somebody. It's kind of hard to explain.
German is not that hard of a language. I mean, compared to English, I think that it flows pretty good. I mean, obviously it's different.
Oh, right. Absolutely. I surprise myself sometimes, when they're talking to them, I know what they're talking about.
Hey, Shauna and Jonathan, I'm sorry I didn't say hi.
Okay. You're fine. I'm enjoying listening to Darion talk about Germany. I'm really excited about this, actually. I've been taking notes, and I'm probably going to send all these questions back over to Darion to have him send them back to me with answers, the correct answers, and the correct spelling, apparently, because Jonathan's spelling is not ideal.
Well, just
And then you have
be honest.
cities that are one thing in German and one thing in English. So
There you go.
I can't read his writing. He wants me to be honest. I just can't read his writing. I really can't. I don't
Gary
even know.
sounds like he knows a lot about Germany too.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Gary.
yeah. Are there?
I'm meeting Gary on the 14th.
Have you been to?
Yes. So I was an exchange student in Belgium for a year, and we went to Cologne, Keulen, and went to, and then we came. Anthony and I, when we were newly married, we took a trip down the Rhine River, drove down there, stayed in hostels, and just kind of found our way as we went. It was amazing, seeing the barges go along the river, seeing the valley with the vineyards and the castles. So many castles, Shauna and Jonathan, so many castles. Like you just are driving along and you're like, oh my gosh, there's another castle. Like
That's right. So many. There's someone did put out about a year ago. They said if you visited every room in every castle, it would take you 72 years to hit every room and every castle.
They're cold.
I don't know about the duration.
Castles are cold, but they're amazing to look at. I wouldn't want to live in one.
Right.
I've never been in a castle. I would love to visit one. or two.
Hey, Sarah from Q's Cruisers. I see her on the chat.
Cruisers.
Hey, Sarah, welcome.
Yeah, the castles over there, they're beautiful. They're beautiful ones.
Amazing.
Of course, you got the tertiary ones, which are real castles. I mean, there's nothing fake about it. I mean, it's the real thing. You got the Neuschwanstein Castle.
Yes,
I always
we've
call
been
it
there.
King Ludwig's house.
Yes, been there. Amazing how small their beds were. They would sit up and sleep, so their beds are very short.
Okay. Is there something I can help you with?
It's funny.
That is.
So, but
not
there,
sure I understand.
I was surprised how cold how cold the castles are. Like there's no insulation, there's no carpeting, there's only tapestries.
Right.
But, yeah, but they're so beautiful.
That's right. That's right.
And
So-
we had a whole.
I'm curious.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
You were going to ask a question. Go ahead. I can remember this for later.
Oh, I was just curious if they would be comfortable if a stranger walked up to their door and knocked and asked to come look inside.
For
'Cause I'm that
castle,
type person. I would knock on the door.
they have
they're
caretakers.
castles.
They have caretakers that are usually tending the castle grounds. So
Yes.
and there are castles where you can stay overnight. They're expensive,
Right.
I just
but
want to
you
look.
can stay overnight in a castle.
Yeah. There's
So what about like a day trip to the castle?
Definitely. They do tours all the time of all these castles. There's so many castles that they love. That's part of their income is conducting tours. From my
Ah.
understanding. This is like years ago, though. It's been a while since we were in Germany.
right. There's so many castles. A lot of the ones you're mentioning about spend the night. I think there's two that I think of. Three. They can spend the night in, but the castles over there are just phenomenal. I mean, you just walk around.
Gorgeous.
There are a lot of them that are in ruins, and I like
Yeah.
walking around the ruins too, where it's just that
They're not
ruins
up
of the
there.
castles.
Yep.
Walk around inside.
The elements take their toll on everything.
Oh, big time. But the Berg Hohenzollern Castle, that's one of my favorites. I just left that. Then you got the Strainer Schloss. That's one of my favorites. I mean, it's just beautiful. The Heidelberg Castle. I love walking around the Heidelberg. I remember as a kid, when I lived there as a kid too, because my dad was in the military. We would go there every year, and they would. The castle not burnt down, but caught a fire. It was damaged by lightning, not by foes, but by lightning. But every year they celebrate. They make the castle look like it's on fire again, but it's not. I remember doing that as a kid, and then since then I've been back several times, showing people, taking people there and everything, and they just love it. But the Heidelberg's one of my favorites. The Wartburg Castle, that's one of my favorites over there in Wartburg, Germany. I couldn't get over there when I was stationed there because it was East Germany at the time.
Okay.
But once the wall came down and everything and reunification happened, oh wow, we can go to the east now. So that was good stuff. Of course, the Nuremberg Castle right there in Nuremberg. That's where they have the Christmas markets and stuff like that. The Verenig Castle down there. Where's that at? It's near Würzburg actually. But anyways, you can imagine there are tons and tons of castles.
Tons of castles. I mean, just they come up out of nowhere. They're just all over the place. That's really,
right.
And the vineyards, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. All green and and the people are very, very friendly. I find in general, people are very friendly for, tourists. And we had a exchange student in our home when I was young, growing in high school. So we had hosted an exchange student from the Black Forest area. So we always kept relations with their family. So it's kind of cool. So that's part of why we were, visited Germany so much.
That's great. I love the Black Forest area. The Charberg Falls right there. Just mouth dropping. You're just like, oh, that is so neat. How many times I got there, it still intrigues me. It's like, wow, this is beautiful. And I'm usually one of the last ones out because I'm first of all, if I go in a place, I'm a reader. I like reading all the stuff, and I look around. It's is just really neat. But Sharberg Falls and Black. When you said that a while ago in the chat, that's immediately what I thought about the falls there.
Yeah, the falls are gorgeous. Yes, definitely.
Those trails in the back.
So many trails. You know, they really like to walk their trail. You know, their forest area, and yes, beautiful. Baden.
That's right, Baden. Exactly. When people usually contact me, News Unfinished, yes, that's true, Gary. And also, Neuschwanstein, that's one of the youngest castles. In fact, that is the youngest castle in Germany because
it's beautiful, beautiful.
Mad King Ludwig, he lived across the street, and as a kid, he dreamed of a fairy tale castle one day, and his dream came true. But he only lived in it like 10, 11 days, something like that, before he was. Don't know what happened. He was murdered. Don't know why. But he was a womanizer. And what rumor has it that some of the men got a hold of him, and anyways, but they still don't know. We don't know what happened to him. So this is crazy. We had a German student hurricane.
Kelly's Cruises, Crafts, and Quilts had a German exchange student. It's pretty cool when you have an exchange student. It really opens up a whole nother world.
It's Kelly Cruises and Crafts.
Welcome in, Kelly. Sorry, guys.
Kelly. For sure. Well, I'll check your channel out. See what you're about there. Yeah, when people contact me, about Germany. Now me, my name is Darren, and I just like to help people. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to do anything. I do all this stuff as a hobby. I'm not worried about anything. Okay, whatever happens. Okay, but in other words, I just do it for fun. And but when people contact me, first thing they say, well, are you a travel agent? How much does it cost? I'm like, look, I'm not a travel agent. I just like to share my experiences. I love to show people what I do, and I do it for free. And someone say, for free? Nothing's free. I have people hang up on me. Nothing's free, and you're a scam. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But then if I have to convince somebody, I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to mess with you anyway. But because I'm doing this for fun, trying to just help people travel. I love people, and I love sharing Germany. And but most people, when they call me, they talk about the castles. They ask about the castles. Well, hey, we like to go to all the castles. Well, there's a lot of castles for all. But I do get, when people contact me, I do get their interest. What are your interests? What would you like to see? What would you like to do? First of all, how much time do you have? That's key. For transportation, what do you want to use for transportation? Do you want to use trains? That I recommend that for first timers, or cars would work too, but especially first timers, trains.
Train pass is a nice way to go. Very nice way to go.
Simple,
easy to get from place to place. You buy a pass. Definitely. But driving isn't bad either. We rented over there, and we enjoyed it. I love driving over there because you get around quicker and different places. But I also like the train too. So what I normally do, I usually have the vehicle first, and then especially when I'm down in Munich area, Garmisch, I get on a train, go somewhere on a train because I love train travel. So I try to hit the both worlds, best of both worlds there. But I just basically go off that and then set them up with itinerary. And so far to date, knock on wood, let me find some wood somewhere. I've helped 18 people out in this big, beautiful United States of America. I traveled to Germany, and some of them I went with. They went with me, but some of them I didn't. But I get that phone call or that email saying, "Darren, thanks for you ought to start a business." I said, "Well, I don't want to start a business. Then it wouldn't be fun. It's fun to help people and meet new friends, because that's the approach that I bring. I'm a friend helping a friend. Hey, you should do this. Don't do this. Maybe do this, but consider this." And it's just really neat. But very cool. Okay, Shauna and Jonathan, I'm gonna hop off if that's okay. Nice to see you though.
Hey, Nancy, thanks so much.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. You guys, thanks so much for inviting me up. All right, bye.
Good to see you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Darion.
Bye, Nancy.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her so much. She's amazing.
Very true, Eric.
Hey, Papa Mozo.
Hey, Papa Mozo.
Papa Mozo.
So, what is the appropriate amount of time that you would say that we would need to just go see some vineyards, maybe just look at one castle. We don't actually have to go in it. I would just really would like to just see a castle in my life. That would be amazing.
Wow, you'll be fun to take.
And
Because
then some food. I want to try some new food. Not some raw food, but new food.
see, you got the right person here. Number one, everywhere you go in Germany, you just see a castle. I mean, just everywhere. You'd be driving down the road. Oh, wow, there's a castle. Oh, there's another castle. You'd be on a train. Wow, there's a castle here. Here's a castle there. But so how much time to see all that? Well, let me give you just a little hint. I go to Germany. Well, prior to COVID, I usually go to Germany once, twice, 3 times a year, and I'm doing that for a long time. I lived there for 6 years total, a little bit over, and I still can't get enough. I mean, there's still so much to see and do. So you're not going to get everything in the first time. Usually, when I take somebody over there or send them over there, show them, they go back. They go back. I'm gonna go. I didn't even realize this. This was my favorite thing is I didn't even realize how beautiful Germany was. I get that a lot. They call me Darion. You told me Germany is beautiful. Well, when you got there, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it blows people away. So, but if you want, say, entry person, for a first time person, say if you go over there for 9 days, okay, I'll just use 9 days. Some people say the full 2 weeks. Some people can't. Some people can't. Or 7 days or 8 days, whatever. You could, and depends on what you want to do. I could show you some good places, some outstanding places. I do travel to the north sometimes, but I travel. I stay a lot in Bavaria a lot. I'm exploring more in the north as I go. But first timers, I would definitely take you to the Bavaria area. Menau and on Lake Constance, and like Gary's saying here, that's for definite sure. That's beautiful. Yeah, Gary, I love that stuff. And I would definitely do Garmisch. I would a first timer to Garmisch. You're hooked. I mean, you go look around. You remember that movie Sound of Music?
Yes, I love Sound of Music.
Yeah, music. Now I'm not that old. It was a replay when I saw it. But a lot of the part of that was made in Garmisch. Okay, all those hills and everything. That's Garmisch, and then the other part was made in Austria. Most of it was made in Austria, but there are definitely scenes in Garmisch. Now, Garmisch is right on the border of Austria. I mean, here's Garmisch, boom, you're in Austria. I mean, you can see Austria from Garmisch in certain spots. But say if you were going, say if you were going, okay, I'll start you out. Maybe flying to Munich. Okay, take a train to. Now, do you like city life or do you like country life?
I love the country life. I was raised in a city life.
Okay. Well, I would definitely recommend, go to Garmisch. Okay. So much to do around that because Garmisch, you can take day trips to Oberammergau, Mittenwald, even Lake Constance, like Gary's saying here, Birch's Garden. It don't have to be a day trip. We want to spend a couple of nights there. I think Birch's Garden's beautiful. But definitely that, Gary agree with me. Definitely, like I said, Birch's Garden. Birch's Garden has a lot of World War II history. Are you interested in World War II or not necessarily?
We want to see it all. Like we want
to get the actual experience.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So staying in Garmisch as a home base would be awesome. And when I'm saying flying into Munich and everything, taking a train to Garmisch, I would say, okay, use Garmisch as your home base, go to Munich for a day, or whatever, how long you want to stay. Then you're in the big city of Munich. Tons of things happen. You got the Olympics. Olympics was there in the early 70s. And I guess I'll take you to milk cows. that was for you, Shauna. There you go. And there's so many places to see and do. I've learned, okay, now I've taken people to Germany and they say, Darion, I want to see it all. And I want to do everything as much as I can, as much as possible. Like, sometimes I know better, but then you notice I say one time this happened. I overscheduled them. I kept trying to tell them, I said, well, you want to spend a little bit more time here, a little bit more time. No, we want to do it all. And I said, okay. And then when I got there, I'm like, oh, I knew better than this, which we had a great time. But even they said, well, I wish we spent more time here. Well, that's what I was trying to say. So I try to tell people, hey, when we spend a little bit of time in certain areas instead of boom, 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 instead of rush. I mean, you see a lot of stuff that way. I could definitely do a fast trip. I sure could. But it's better to just take it in and appreciate where you're at, in each spot. But just take it all in 100%.
I think I would take your word for it. If you said, hey, I think you want to spend extra time here, I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to say, okay, let's stay here a little longer then. Cause, I think that you know what's best when it comes to things like that.
Yeah. If we had to break it down into multiple trips, we could break it down into multiple trips and try to come back, another time to view.
Well, first of all, thank you. And then number two, it's a perfect excuse to get back. I need to go back to Germany. I need to finish it. I got to go. And you'll be surprised. You find deals all the time. I found tickets for the cheapest I found was $285. I paid $285 round trip from now I will have to say this. I had to fly to Toronto, which that was $200. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But still, less than $500 I made it to Germany. But flew from Toronto straight to Frankfurt, Maine. It was like $285. Depends on what time of year you want to go. June, you're going to pay a little bit more. June, July. You get to September, you pay medium. You're paying like which is average, normal, $800-900. That's normal. But again, there are people out there. There's airline companies out there that will give good deals. And everywhere, but it depends on where you want to go. I spent 3 weeks and cannot do it all. That's right, Gary. Yeah, it's all right. I go there 3 times a year sometimes, and I still can't do it all. It's like, but when I go, I love. Yeah, sure, I love showing people, the tourist areas, which is fine. That's wonderful. But I also like to immerse myself in the culture. Like I might be just find a festival somewhere where really no tourists go. I go then and just slide in, which is pretty neat. So I love culture, and I love the German culture and the different, like I was saying earlier, the different cultures in each town, each city, each region, which they do have.
I'm excited. I really am excited. Darion, you have opened up a big old door for me. Jonathan's probably going to be in some trouble here. His wallet better be ready. But Orlando guy, welcome in. It's the first time I've seen you. But I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm really
what Gary's saying
excited.
right here, that's my favorite times to go. Is September, early October. That way you can see it all. You got the original Oktoberfest in Munich. Look at Kelly. See, people are reading my mind. And you got all kinds of stuff. Like this September, we're definitely going to the Oktoberfest. And I'm showing people. There's many different tents around there, all different setups. I just want to go drive with Audubon. Yes, Audubon is really cool, and it's fast. It is fast. You know what? Not to compare, but to compare. You got the Audubon, and there's no speed limits on certain areas. Now, it used to be where there weren't no speed limits anywhere. But in the 90s reunification, people were going around, especially the East Germans, were going around the curves too fast. So you go around curves or you get close to towns, they might be, some speed limits, and the speed limits are like 120, 90 kilometers an hour. But you can fly as long as you're straight away. You can fly. You go 3,000 miles an hour if you want to, but there are hardly any accidents on the Audubon. There are some accidents, but when it happens, it's bad. It's a bad. But there are the most considerate drivers I've ever seen in my life over in Germany. They believe in turning signals. You will get yelled at. You didn't use your turn signal. And I mean, it's. I mean, there's a big difference. Over here, you see it a lot. It drives me absolutely up the wall. People don't use their turning signals. I'm thinking, come on, because you're lazy, you're going to kill somebody because you're lazy. You know what I mean? But anyways, if you're driving in the fast lane, well, there's all fast lanes, but if you're driving the fast lane in Germany in the left lane, I'm talking about the Audubon, not towns. Towns are speed limits. They'll come into you. They'll politely flash their lights, and then you get over as soon as you can. Now, if you sit there, that's when they'll start blowing horns and giving you nice little signs out the window, and you don't want that. But you can stay on the right hand side and go as fast as not as slow as you want. You go as fast as you want on there as well, and you're still pushing 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, some spots. Highest I ever been was 120 on the Audubon. We rented a BMW. And let's all see how fast this thing goes. And we did. It was scary, but I was like, I don't have to do this no more. I did my 120, and Hasmagavus. Oh, nice, Kelly.
That's funny. Oh, so like LA.
Wow, that'd be really cool to take y'all.
So, I'm gonna have to be honest. I'm going to be sending you a lot of questions.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll be able to not get annoyed with me.
No. Remember, this is my hobby. I love this stuff. I eat this stuff up. So you ask me any question that you like.
But we have hit our time. John's over here nudging. It's 4:02.
Okay.
But I really have enjoyed this. I really appreciate it.
I have too.
Because I've gotten a lot of information out of this, and so has Jonathan. Oh, and hopefully I had a chill. Sorry, and hopefully a lot of our friends that are on here got a lot of information. Does anybody else have any more questions before we go?
If you have questions, put them in the chat.
And remember, those who are out there watching and listening, whatever, please feel free to contact me with any questions, like Shauna was saying. Like I said, I helped more than 18 people, but 18 people took my advice, and what's cool, 18 people called me and gave me thank you notes, and one person sent me like a Longhorn Steakhouse card and everything. I didn't ask for it and everything, but I was like, hey, this is. But I don't want nothing. I'm not saying that to say anything. What I'm saying is, my joy is getting that thank you. I thank you, and that Darren, we had a good time and everything. So 8-10 out of the thousands I talked to went, and I'm tickled pink with that. So
tickled pink.
Tickled pink.
I think that if you put yourself out there, that's a risk, but it's a risk to help other people explore and enjoy what you've already witnessed. So,
well, thank you.
But I'm excited, and if you do get thank you cards, don't ever feel like you're asking for it. It's something that we feel like we need to give you because we want to appreciate and tell you how much we appreciate you. So,
well, thank you. That's pretty cool.
Thank you for coming on with us, Darion.
Hey, thanks for having me. And I was looking for this all week, and I was tickled pink to be on here.
We'll have you on again soon, probably. I'm excited to know more. We're going to probably come up with some more questions because I have lots of them in my head. But I guess I will talk to you later. Bye, Darion.
Right. Sounds good. Dockers and shoes. Oh!
Everybody else, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.